Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is Malescu and I am a Florida Bar Board certified attorney and owner of Malescu Law, a law firm based in Miami, Florida, specializing in business, corporate and US immigration. We can assist you with all your immigration needs regardless of where you plan to go in the United States or where you are currently located. Today we are going to speak about an E2 visa success story, and that is an E2 visa approval for a trucking business in the United States. But before we get started, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the bell button or the subscribe button. The E2 visa for the trucking business that was started in the United States was approved at the US Consulate in Sofia, Bulgaria, for a Bulgarian investor for 5 years, which is the maximum allowed under the treaty between the United States and Bulgaria. Now, the processing time for this E2 visa case was 5 months. That is from the moment we have submitted the application and until the investor was called for an interview and ultimately approved and received the visa in their passport. The investor invested in a trucking business that will provide car hauling services in the United States, primarily in the state of Texas, with plans to also expand into cargo services. Now, the investment was limited, and I'm sure many of you are very curious about the investment amount. In this case, the investment amount was on the lower side. It was about $65,000, and the investment was made in a single truck for the US trucking company. Now, while we can see from this case that it is possible to obtain an E2 visa with a single truck and a limited investment with the right guidance, it is not always advisable to invest in a single truck for the E2 business in order to obtain an E2 visa. Now, the interview for the E2 visa lasted about 40 minutes in this case, and the investor was asked many questions, but ultimately the E2 visa was approved. Now, with the trucking businesses, you can invest in obtaining and purchasing trucks in the United States, or you can also explore lease to own agreements as an investor, of course, or you can also explore lease for the trucks, to lease your trucks in order to apply for the E2 visa. So there are various options that investors can explore when it comes to trucking businesses, and you do not always have to purchase your trucks outright. It really depends on the specific circumstance of each person. Another aspect to mention is that it is also possible, if you own the trucks, to contribute the trucks to the US business. However, this is more feasible in the case of Canadian and Mexican citizens due to the streamlined import processes and also the proximity to the United States. Canadian and Mexican citizens do enjoy some advantages when it comes to starting trucking businesses in the United States, because of the streamlined import process, but also because the CDLs are recognized, that are issued by the Canadian or the Mexican government are recognized typically in the United States, and also the proximity to the United States. Now, the final aspect I want to mention is a reminder for everyone that E2 visa is an investor visa where you invest in a US business in this case was a trucking company, but it can be any type of company. And in order to qualify, aside from the investment, you also need to have a passport from one of the E2 treaty countries. Without being a citizen of one of the E2 treaty countries, you will not be able to qualify for the E2 visa. These are the two most important points to mention. Otherwise, starting trucking companies in the United States are available to all nationalities, and each person that has a passport from an E2 treaty country. This is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you need to get in touch with us, you have our contact information in this video and below this video. We will see you soon. Bye.